your region playoff game number 1. Boys taking on Appomattox here. We're about 4 minutes to tip off. Again, we got Corey on with us tonight. Usually Liam's in the booth with me, but we decided to change it up a little bit. Corian, what's going on? Tell us a little about yourself. If I'm not mistaken, you played on JV this year. You had some injury setbacks to get there, but you're on JV in the basketball program. Tell us a little bit about the program and what some of these guys are kind of learning coming into this playoff game, what they're thinking.
I think it's a very solid program with the defense and the offense. We practice very hard every day of the week, every holiday too. Coming into this game, I think it might be an evenly matchup.
Yeah.
But I think we might come out on top, hopefully.
Yeah, man, I hope so. And again, I want to highlight a couple things you said right there. You're absolutely right. Coach Cormany programs, defense first. Now, this team, and they've had teams before that love to score the basketball, but it starts on defense. And, you know, Corian, in my opinion, the best offense is a good defense, right? So if you stop the ball on defense, you get transitions, you get free looks at the basket. You know, this offense for the Bobcats has some really good scoring with, you know, Elijah Kelly and Landon Clark. Is there anything that either one of these guys need to do? Maybe not Elijah Kelly, maybe not Landon Clark. Is there anybody else who you look at that, you know, possibly might need to step up tonight? Now, we talked about this Appomattox team coming into this, maybe not having the best record, but when they get there, it doesn't matter. It's the playoffs. Who cares, right? So what do the Bobcats need to do offensively to continue to score tonight?
I think they need to get offensive rebounds and step up down there in the paint. Make sure my boy Joseph Mitchell get down there and grab a couple rebounds so they don't get no second chance shots.
Absolutely. You know, you're absolutely right. I agree with you 1,000%. This Appomattox team, they got some big guys right here. Dakota Wheeler, starter, number 20. We spoke about him a little bit. You know, he's either going to be lights out for Appomattox on the rebounding or he's not, right? So a guy his size is either going to dominate or he's going to be dominated. It's going to be an interesting battle with Joseph Mitchell and him down low. I would love to see Landon Clark shoot the three-ball lights out tonight. He got struggling early in the last contest at the end of the regular season for the boys, but Elijah Kelly attacking Dakota Wheeler in the paint is going to be an interesting matchup, as well as, you know, number 10, Gray Peterson for Appomattox is going to have to rebound. You're right. I actually agree with you. The rebounding battle here is going to be interesting because the Bobcats score a lot in transition and on second chance opportunities with kickouts from three, but you can only do that if you rebound. Now, that being said, you come from a little bit versatile. Tell us about that. So you had some injuries, right? In your playing days, what happened there? You messed your legs up, is that right?
I broke both my legs in the AAU tournament.
An AAU tournament, so that you had to sit out all last season. You're a sophomore now, right? Freshman now, so you had to sit out on the 8th grade team, and you played for most of the year, but you were injured coming into the season on crutches, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so fighting back through adversity, is there anything that taught you about basketball in any way, or life maybe even?
It taught me never take nothing for granted. Don't ever try to do something you're not ready for. Because I tried to come back to the game of basketball too soon and hurt my leg again.
Yeah, I mean, and you're absolutely right. And I agree with you 1,000%. Don't take anything for granted. And that's what the playoffs are. You've been rolling through the regular season. Boys varsity, 14-4 on the year. And they shouldn't take these games for granted. This Allegheny team is looking to knock off and upset this boys basketball team. They have to be ready. It is the playoff. It is win or go home, and that's where we're at. Again, Michael Davis with Corian Ferguson as we're getting ready to roll into your varsity contest. Bobcats against Appomattox here at Bobcat Gymnasium. Stay tuned for your starting lineups after the national anthem.
Hello, Bobcat fans. This is Timothy Worrells, one of the voices of the Bobcat Sports Live Network. And I want to say thanks to all of our sponsors who make this happen. Mullins Funeral Home and Crematory, Davis Attorneys, Brad's Barbershop, 11 West, Dr. Bart Eastwood of Sideline Orthopedics, Dr. Kayla Mullins from Fairlawn Family Dentist, Sweet and Savory Donuts and Bagels, Ameriprise Financial, Radford Drug on West Main, and Brick House Pizza. Because of these Bobcat supporters, we are able to bring you all the action when life doesn't allow you to be here in person. Thanks, everyone, and go Bobcats!
Hey, this is Eli Mullins with Mullins Funeral Home in Radford, located right across from Sonic on Main Street, where we've been doing business for almost 100 years. We're thankful for the continued support of the people of Radford throughout all these years, and Bobcat Sports Live for allowing us to be there with the Bobcats when our schedules don't allow us to be there in person. Good luck and go Bobcats.
Step foot inside Brad's Barber in Radford and you'll be transported back to a time when men were men and getting a straight razor shave and a haircut was something that mattered. With no appointment needed, Brad's welcomes you with walk-ins only. Brad's Barber would like to introduce their new stylist, Elysia Blankenship, to the team. Reach out to Brad's at 838-2109. That's 540-838-2109. Brad's Barber is a proud supporter of Radford High School athletics. Go Bobcats!
Thank you. And now for the starting lineups.
And we are back. We're going to start with your starting lineups for the Appomattox Raiders. Starting with number 0, Irvis Davis. And I want to apologize in advance if I mess these names up. I took a picture of the roster. I wrote them down. I couldn't find them online. So I apologize tonight if any way I mess up. So, again, starting lineups. Number 5, Zach Busa. Number 10, Gray Peterson. And starting off the lineup, number 20, Dakota Wheeler. And number 10, I got that. Okay. And for your Radford Bobcats,
at guard, number 14, Gavin Company. At forward, number 20, Elijah Kelly. At forward, a senior, number 24, Nate Wesley. And at forward, another senior, number 32, Joseph Mitchell.
and we now should be live on the FHS network. My cable got unplugged all the way in the booth. So we are here live again as Bobcats win the tip and come down the other way. Landon Clark with a 3 right off the bat. Landon Clark. You know, we talked about that earlier, Corian. If Landon Clark gets going, this Appomattox team is in trouble. He struggled in the last regular season game for the Bobcats. And if he can get going, the Raiders are in trouble. Number 15 for the Raiders with the basketball. Brandon Adams dishes it over here to Bosa in the corner. He gives it up. Number 0, Davis attacking as it goes out of bounds to the Bobcats. Raiders wanted it tipped off the Bobcats, but it will go out of bounds and be the Bobcats basketball as Cormany broke the ankles of 15, Brandon Adams. Bobcats get a shot up, get their own rebound. Cormany gets the rebound, puts it back up and scores. So Bobcats up early here. Gavin Cormany with his first field goal. So Bobcats up 5-0. And this is what we talked about with the rebounding early for the Bobcats, have set them in good position. Landon Clark rips down the board. Elijah Kelly goes up for the slam!
And dunks it.
Elijah Kelly throwing it down, and that's the kind of things you miss if you're not in Bobcat gymnasium. Corian, tell me what you thought about that dunk right there. With the dunk contest coming up here, what do you think of that? How would you score that?
Let's go with a solid 8 out of 10.
Solid 8 out of 10. I agree. I mean, you have to take into factor live game mode, right? Live game, man tracking him down. And he still slams it up, got pretty good jump on it. So I'm fine with it. I have no problem with it. So Bobcats up 7-0 over the Raiders. Davis at the top of the key, being guarded by Landon Clark. Landon Clark, a tenacious defender here as he attacks. It goes off his leg again. It was hit by Clark, and it goes off Davis. So that's 2 possessions for the Raiders where Davis dribbled out of bounds. And this is what we talked about. The Bobcats defense setting the tone early. Clark from 3, no good. Rebounded by Mitchell. Mitchell strong rebounded in the post here. Gets out to Nathan Wesley, former point guard, no good, the senior, and it's rebounded by the Raiders. Raiders number 15, Adams, bringing the ball down the floor. Dishes it off to Davis right in front of the Bobcat bench. Davis sets it up from 3. Downtown is no good. Rebounded by Nathan Wesley. I'd love to see the Raiders get into a little bit of offensive rhythm here. I'd like to see them call plays. Nathan Wesley at the high post. Gives it up to Clark from 3, and that's good. Landon Clark with 6 points early, and the Raiders have to call a timeout. And we will take one as well. This is Michael Davis, Corian Ferguson. Be right back.
For the past 86 years, Radford residents have had a pharmacy that they can rely on not just for medication needs, but even for items around the house, medical supplies, and friendly advice. Business of the Year award winners Radford Drug on West Main Street has been that cornerstone for your community. So whether it is a question about your medication, hardware you need around the house, or even a Mother's Day card, come see the folks at Radford Drug, who are proud supporters of Radford High Athletics. For more information, call 540-639-3996.
And we're back. 5:43 to go in the first period off the timeout by the Raiders. 10-0 is your score early. Corian, what's your thoughts on the way this game has started?
I knew he was going to come in hot. The warm-up looks good. Everybody was sweating during warm-up, so I knew the game was going to be good coming out.
Yeah, I love that. You actually did say that in warm-ups. He turns over and says, Michael, Appomattox ain't warming up serious. I think the Bobcats are going to roll over them. And so far, 10-0 is exactly what you called as they try to get it down low to number 4, Alex Carusa, and they couldn't get it to him, so it will be a turnover for the Raiders. Full court press here by the Raiders, man-to-man. Elijah Kelly breaks it with ease by himself, takes it to the rim as they're going to call a foul. Has to be a foul, so you're either going to call a foul right there or a travel. And if you're not going to call a travel, it has to be the foul there. So that is a foul on the Raiders. I missed who that foul was on. Corian, do you know who that foul was on?
It was just a big commotion between number 10 and number 5 and all up in the middle.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Kelly attacked him in the chest. Bobcats inbound the basketball. Gavin Corman over to Clark from 3. No good. Rebounded long by Elijah Kelly. Nice block there by number 10, Gray Peterson. But the Bobcats steal it again in transition. As number 34, by the way, for the Bobcats, Max Knipe checked in as he gives it up to Nathan Wesley. Nathan Wesley gives it out to Elijah Kelly from 3. No good. A little bit long on the shots tonight as the Bobcats seem to be amped in the first round of the playoff. Landon Clark with a nice pass to Nathan Wesley as he tacked the basket. That's the second team foul on the Raiders this half. Number 24, Nathan Wesley, would go to the line, shooting 2. Checking in for the Raiders, number 20, Dakota Wheeler, back in the contest, and number 3, Devontae Fleshman. And normally we'd have who the fouls are on. We're going to try to get you those. They're not being put on the scoreboard as of right now. So it's harder for us to get those to you. Number 4, Parker Prelude also checking in the contest. Nathan Wesley, by the way, knocked down 1 of 2 free throws for the Bobcats. 11-0 is your score. Corian, if you're the Raiders here, as the Bobcats almost get a steal, and you're on offense. You hadn't scored yet. What's your plan of attack? You got one, or what are you thinking?
I try to get as far away from the paint as possible because you can't get by Elijah Kelly. He's a big dude down there. So I'll try to set up a player for the outside shot, either a 3 or a mid-range.
Yeah, actually, that's a good settlement because the Raiders just turned the ball over, and what they do, they attack the basket, and it got stolen from them immediately. So it's unfortunate that they're going to have to take outside shots right now, but that's the only way they're going to stay in this ball game. As they do have the basketball, though, as they cause a turnover on defense, their first turnover of the contest. As Raiders, Davis attacking himself, he's attacking Prelo as he takes a 3, and it's no good, and rebounded by Elijah Kelly. Elijah Kelly in transition, 3-on-2 break for the Bobcats. Dish off to Prelo as Knipe goes flying out of bounds, hit his head on the wall, saves it, and Cormany with a 3. That was a crazy hustle play. Glad Max Knipe's okay. He hit the floor pretty hard. But if you're a Bobcat fan, Gavin Cormany with his 5th point of the contest. Love to see him get involved early. Sometimes he likes to get involved later in contests from the free throw line, but it's good to see him knocking down some 3 balls early. Thompson checking in for the Bobcats here. Bobcats up 14-0. Appomattox still trying to score 3 minutes to go in the first period, and they do. Number 20, Dakota Wheeler in the paint. And this is what we talked about. Dakota Wheeler has to step up for this Appomattox team here. He's one of the biggest players on the floor right now for sure with Elijah Kelly on the bench. But he's going to have to step up defensively and offensively for the Raiders. Cormany with the basketball at the top of the key. Gives it up to Knipe. Knipe back to Thompson. Thompson to Prelo in the corner. Clark at the top of the key now. Hands it over to Cormany from the elbow, and it's good. Gavin Cormany knocks down his second 3-pointer of the contest. He has 7 points, and he's feeling it. Nathan Wesley coming to the table. And number 10, Isaiah Austin. And, in fact, you're related to Isaiah Austin. Is that right? Did I make that up?
Yeah, he's my brother.
Your brother? There we go. What's it like living in a house with Austin? Not bad?
It's not bad. We always go out to the rec center outside, even when it's cold, and go play basketball.
That's good. Always working on the craft. As a few players are coming to the table. As number 20, Dakota Wheeler steps up to the free throw line as there was a foul call on the Bobcats. The 3rd foul on the Bobcats. Checking in number 5. For the Raiders, Zach Busa, as Joseph Mitchell checks back in, as well as Nathan Wesley and Isaiah Austin. By the way, the first shot by Wheeler was missed, and so was the second. So 0 for 2 from the line right there. Go the Raiders. Nathan Wesley gets the board, brings it across half court. Mitchell from 3. He's known to make a few, doesn't take a whole lot, as good hustle play by Wheeler for the Raiders. Rips down the board as it should have been Bobcat basketball as the Raiders dribbled it out of bounds, but it will be Raider basketball. Good defense by Prelo. I'm surprised there was no foul called right there as the Bobcats rip down the board and it's poked out of bounds by the Raiders. But you know what? That goes back to what you said. The defense for the Bobcats, that was good hustle. Prelo got beat, and he still made a good defensive play right there. Bobcats leading 17-2. 1:36 to go in the opening period of this first round playoff action. Girls, by the way, got a bye. They did so good this season. And the way it shaked out, they have a bye. They'll play next week. We'll talk about that later in the contest, so stay tuned for that. Nathan Wesley with the basketball at the top of the key right now, being guarded by Zach Busa. Busa loses his man. Nathan Wesley attacks the basket, but good defense in the interior by Wheeler. And here come the Raiders attacking the basket. A charge will be called on Mitchell. Mitchell defending. And that's a third foul, so 3 fouls apiece here for both teams. Good officiating crew tonight. Good seasoned veterans here. So that's good. The Bobcats get some quality officials in this first round of the playoffs. Mitchell down low on the block, being trapped, two-man trap here by the Raiders, as it looks like they're going to call a foul on Davis, Irvis Davis for the Raiders, 14th foul. As number 15 is coming in, Brandon Adams, as Davis will go to the bench. No, excuse me. That's Fleshman for the Raiders. Fleshman was called for the foul right there. Nathan Wesley at the top of the key. Gives it up to Mitchell. Mitchell to Austin. Austin trying to get it down low to Brandon Thompson. But good defense on the interior. Good man-to-man defense by the Raiders. Nathan Wesley has to give it up. Isaiah Austin over to Prelo on the wing. Prelo back up to Isaiah. So Bobcats here up 17-2. 25 seconds left in the period, Corian. Don't have to hustle. They can take their time. If you're the Bobcats right now, what are you looking at for this last shot?
For real, I'm trying to get either Nate or Justin Mitchell down there in the paint. But they're really trying to hold it for the last shot because we don't want no lucky buzzer beaters or nothing.
Yeah, 4 seconds ago, Nathan Wesley from three is no good. Good look by the Bobcats right there, but good defense by the Raiders to not allow. They almost tipped the ball and stole it around. So that was a good defense there at the end of the period for the Raiders. Bobcats up 17-2, though, as they're having a tough time scoring. We'll be right back to hear from our sponsors at Bobcat Sports Live.
Hey, this is Eli Mullins with Mullins Funeral Home in Radford, located right across from Sonic on Main Street, where we've been doing business for almost 100 years. We're thankful for the continued support of the people of Radford throughout all these years, and Bobcat Sports Live for allowing us to be there with the Bobcats when our schedules don't allow us to be there in person. Good luck and go Bobcats.
Dynamic products backed by uncompromising service since 1978. That's 11 West in Radford, with more years of experience than anyone in the New River Valley. 11 West specializes in screen printing, embroidery, sew-on, and flat printing. Let our graphic arts department create something really special for you.
And we're back. If you're just tuning in with us on the Bobcat Sports Live Network and the NFHS Network, this is Michael Davis alongside Corian Ferguson tonight. At the end of the first period, Bobcats leading 17-2 over the Raiders from Appomattox. Back and forth we go, 20 seconds, and Appomattox gets their first points of the second period. It took them about 4 minutes to score in the first period and 30 seconds in the second. So good start to the second period for the Raiders, but the Bobcats are going to score at pretty much whatever pace they want tonight, it looks like. Cormany on the floor, back Elijah Kelly at the high post. Good mid-range jumper for him, as Nathan Wesley thought he was fouled on the rebound, but it will be Raiders basketball as Coach Cormany is screaming at Elijah Kelly.
Coach Cormany's not really happy about that rebound down there.
Yeah, I think he also wanted Elijah Kelly to attack the basket. Instead of pulling up that mid-range jumper, it's a good shot for him. Don't get me wrong, it's a great shot. But he wanted him to attack the basket right there. What it does is it allows you to either create a foul, and with Elijah Kelly's size on the floor, he can get to the rim at any point. So he can leave his feet and attack the rim. Elijah Kelly gets it in the corner from pass from Landon Clark. Nathan Wesley back to Cormany. Cormany attacks, gives it up to Clark in the corner from three. It's no good. That's a couple shots for the Bobcats, but great rebounding by Mitchell for the Bobcats, as Mitchell's coming up limping there on that left leg. He injured it in the last game, I thought. He's coming up limping there. He's not going to come off the floor. He's a hustler, but they do send Max Knipe to the table, so he may come in for Mitchell. Mitchell favoring that as the Raiders get a turnover. So with 6 minutes to go in the half, Raiders looking to attack the basket. Davis, jump step, no good on the shot, rebounded by Nathan Wesley. Wesley brings ball down the floor. Clark with the basketball, gives it up to Elijah Kelly. Elijah Kelly back to Clark, straight away three, no good. Rebounded strong by Mitchell, and it's blocked, big time blocked by 15, Brandon Adams. Raiders bringing the ball down, need to capitalize here on some offensive struggling. Bobcats haven't scored in this period so far, Corian. So the Raiders need to capitalize, as this is probably their only chance in the game. Almost a backcourt there caused by Elijah Kelly. Raiders, number 5, Zach Busa, at the top of the key. Handoff dribble to Davis. Davis dribbling to his left. Shot is up and good. Davis, just a pure athlete out here right now. Gets it to go, so he has 2 points in this period. Landon Clark attacking the rim. No foul call. The Bobcat Stadium's furious. Coach Cormany stands up, and Davis tries to answer from 3. No good, but Elijah Kelly, as a foul is finally called, as Landon Clark finishes it home and wants to talk to the official. Landon Clark, known to communicate with the officials, especially if he's not happy, but man, as Parker Prelo enters the game, as well as Max Kanipe for the Bobcats. So Nathan Wesley and Joseph Mitchell going to the bench. And Mitchell, again, as he goes off, favoring that left leg a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that throughout the contest. Prelo with the basketball. The Cormany at the top of the key. Gives it up to Clark. Clark back to Prelo. Bobcats moving the ball well. The one thing the Bobcats do very well is move without the basketball. They're being a little stagnant right now, but Kanipe with a shot is no good. Elijah Kelly in the corner. But with 4:30 to go in the period, Bobcats have not scored here in the second, as Davis is fouled by Landon Clark. Landon Clark went in for the steal, but gave him a lot of body. As Isaiah Austin comes into the game, Corian, what do you think about the offensive woes right now for the Bobcats? The end of the first period was 17-2, and now it's 17-6. What do the Bobcats need to do on offense to get the ball rolling?
I think Landon Clark got cold a little bit. He needs to start trying to heat back up and get some more good shots. And if Elijah Kelly would drive and try to kick a dish or score, then we'll be just fine. Get the offense started back up.
Yeah, Cormany comes across the midcourt line and takes a shot from 3. No good. Rebounded strong by Kanipe. Back out to Cormany. So the Bobcats, what feels like 0 for 10 here. It could be more in the second period, but in their favor right now, the Raiders aren't putting up a lot of points. But from 3, as I say that, number 15, Brandon Adams, and Coach Cormany takes a timeout. He's not happy. And so if Coach Cormany's not happy, nobody's happy. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. Hear from Enterprise Financial as Coach Cormany figures out the offensive woes for the Bobcats. 17-9 now. What's 17-2?
When it comes to financial planning, one size fits all isn't a fit at all.
Talk with Ameriprise Financial Advisors Mark Tapp and Keith Weltons about the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach.
It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach towards financial balance, so you can feel confident about the future as well as your wants and needs of today.
The Confident Retirement Approach and a one-on-one relationship with an advisor like Mark or Keith will help you live life and save for tomorrow in a way that's right for you.
It's what financial balance is all about. So call Keith
or Mark
today at 540-639-5153.
Our office is located at 202 3rd Avenue in Radford, Virginia.
The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results.
And we're back after the timeout. Coach Cormany not pleased with the Bobcats there with their offensive effort and arguably their defensive effort. And we talked about this earlier. It is a defensive-first program, and offense comes second. Neither is working for the Bobcats here in this second period. Elijah Kelly attacking the rim. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded strong by Isaiah Austin, but a block by the Raiders. And here they come, trying to bring this within 6. 17-9 your score. Raiders attacking the paint, but stolen away by Austin as he steps out of play. But good hustle by Austin. But Brandon Thompson will check in for the Bobcats, as well as Nathan Wesley. as Knipe goes to the bench and Cormany takes a much-needed rest. Raiders get the ball into Fleshman. Davis at the top of the key, being guarded by Prelo making him dribble to his right. Davis with a push-off. Shot is up, but no good. Rebounded by Thompson. Nathan Wesley brings the ball. Prelo in transition. Shot is up, no good. If the Bobcats could make their layups tonight, they'd be up by 50. Nathan Wesley picking up Davis. Davis attacking Prelo as a block is called. I actually agree with that call right there by the official Prelo. And pretty good defensive there, but it's almost like he couldn't figure out if he wanted to backpedal and pick up the defender or if he wanted to take the charge there. So I'll agree with that call.
Yeah, he got there a little too late to try to get the charge.
Yeah, he had the right idea. I mean, Davis was clearly attacking off the pump fake, so good move by Davis to attack the basket. And as you know, the Bobcats may or may not practice how to take charges. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
Yeah, we do all the time in practice. That's one of the things that we do with defense.
Absolutely, and it's a part of the game that most teams don't take into consideration, and that's the one thing that separates the Bobcat programs. It's the little things, defensive first, and that's a huge part of defense, especially in high school basketball. And in college, it's a little bit different. It's called a little bit differently, but in high school basketball, I'd say 7 out of 10 times you probably get that charge, especially if you're in good guarding position. 2:23 to go in the half. Landon Clark from three. Bang is good. Landon Clark was cold. He come off the bench, though, just like you said, and hit his first three-pointer.
Yeah, he's going to heat back up as soon as when the Raiders give him a chance to.
Yeah, 20-10 your score. I think he got frustrated by the no call on the attack early in the second period, and that kind of took him off his guard a little bit. But that's the thing Clark has to do.
Nate Wesley brings the ball down the floor and passes it to Clark.
Thompson with the basketball, gives it to the cutter, Nathan Wesley. Big time block there by number 10, Gray Peterson, but the Bobcats come away with it. Raiders wanted Nathan Wesley out of bounds, and he might have been. We won't pick and choose whether he was or not, but he might have been. 1:36 to go in the second. Clark, mid-range jumper, good. Clark, not known to take a lot of mid-range jumpers, but nice, silky smooth shot as he has 11 of 22 points for the Bobcats. In fact, Landon Clark has more points than the whole Raiders offense right now. 10-22 your score. Davis from three. Almost got the shooter's touch, but he didn't. Good, strong rebound by Thompson, but I think a foul is going to be called on number 10, Gray Peterson. Number 32, Joseph Mitchell checking back in, as well as Gavin Cormany for the Bobcats. I was told the NFHS network may or may not be working. Not a sound issue. Me and Corian holding it down on the sound, but it sounds like there's some feed issues. So why don't you all tell your buddies to tune over to Bobcat Sports Live here and listen to it for free. With 22-10 is your score. 50 seconds to go in the period. Davis for the Raiders attacking the basket, trying to get it off to Wheeler. I don't like the play there from Davis. Davis, they're going to crash to Davis as he attacks the basket. He's attacked several times. He gets 4 points tonight for the Raiders. But with the bigger body, Wheeler, standing in the paint, they should give it off to him. And they tried, just couldn't get it to him. Got to make a better pass for the big man. Elijah Kelly posting up. Missed shot by Joseph Mitchell. He was almost too wide open.
That was a very good cut by Joseph Mitchell.
It's a great cut. Bobcats move very well off ball. And, you know, a player in the NBA who, from this area, J.J. Redick, made a living off moving off ball. 22-10, 12 seconds in the half. Cormany attacking the basket. Post up, turnaround jumper, good. Gavin Cormany with another 2-point bucket. Davis from three, no good. And that is your half. Bobcats 24. Raiders, the Blue Raiders from Appomattox, 10. I thought they had 12.
I thought they did too.
I thought they had 12.
We got a good crowd out here tonight.
We do have a good crowd. It's good. This is a good JV. A good playoff atmosphere. But you know why it's a good crowd? I don't know if you know this, Corian, but the swim team just competed in the state championships. The boys took home the number 1 spot that they are now your 2A state championship swim team, the boys. The girls finished in second. They had there are 24 events, Corian, in swimming, right? 24 events in swimming. The diving team, by the way, they had some swimmers win state championships as well. The swimming team has 24 events in a meet. This year, out of 24 events, this swimming team broke 22 records at Radford High School. They are now presenting them with their state championship plaques at midcourt. And we couldn't be more proud of them. In fact, we're going to take you to it and let you see the swim and dive team. We'll be right back in a few moments.
Hello, Bobcat fans. Please join me in welcoming the best swim and dive team in the state of Virginia. Yesterday in Richmond, our Lady Bobcat swim and dive team made history by earning their first ever team VHSL state runner-up trophy. Edging out Brooklyn by 2 points to win second in the state. Let's hear it for the girls swim team. Once again, the boys dominated the rest of the state, outpacing second place, Burton High by over 100 points. Make some more room on the banner board because these Bobcats just brought home their 3rd straight championship in a row. Individual state championship winners from this team were senior Tommy Bloomer, ladies diving. Senior Ben Shaw, boys diving. Senior Stone Fisher, 50 freestyle. Senior Henry Wolford, 100 butterfly. And freshman Grant Allsworth at 200 IM. The men's 200 medley relay and 200 freestyle relays also won state in their events with Trent Hollingsworth, Graham Menard, Hampton Wolford, and Stone Fisher. Other Bobcats winning medals at the state meet for finishing in the top 8 in any event were senior Maggie Dent, junior Madison Graham, junior Howard Gasanova, freshman Evie Grimm, senior Imran Rudolph, and junior Graham Menard. The Bobcats are coached by assistant coaches Shannon Wolford and Brendan Fisher, and head coach Heather Rowland. Again, let's hear it for our state Winners best swim team in the land, the Bobcat boys and girls swim team. By way of announcement, the RHS girls basketball team plays at home on Monday at 6:30. The team will play will be determined by today's results. The admission to that game will be $8. Make sure you come out on Monday to support the Lady Bobcats. With a win tonight.
When it comes to financial planning, one size fits all isn't a fit at all.
Talk with Ameriprise financial advisors Mark Tapp and Keith Weltons about the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach.
It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach towards financial balance, so you can feel confident about the future, as well as your wants and needs of today.
The Confident Retirement Approach and a one-on-one relationship with an advisor like Mark or Keith will help you live life and save for tomorrow in a way that's right for you.
It's what financial balance is all about. So call Keith
or Mark
today at 540-639-5153.
Our office is located at 202 3rd Avenue in Radford, Virginia.
The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
And we are back. If you're just tuning in, Bobcats winning 24-10 as our state championship swim team. Coach is right in front of us, Heather Rowland. The boys dominated the rest of the state, winning by over 100 points. It was a blowout. No competition for the boys swim team. The girls won runner-up, state championship. The boys broke. We talked about that already. Broke a bunch of records. So, Now, we're back to Bobcat basketball. Corian Ferguson is here to talk about the scores in your first half.
Our leading scores for the Raiders, we got Davis with 4 points, Adams 3, Wheeler 2, and that would be all for the Raiders. Moving on to your Radford Bobcats, we got Landon Clark 11. Then we have Gavin Cormany, 10, and those are our leading scorers for the Radford Bobcats.
All right. Hold on one second. I will be right back to tune into some matters on the NFHS network. We will leave you with some commercials, and we'll be right back for your second half.
When it comes to financial planning, one size fits all isn't.
Hello, Bobcat fans. This is Timothy Worrells, one of the voices of the Bobcat Sports Live Network. And I want to say thanks to all of our sponsors who make this happen. Mullins Funeral Home and Crematory, Davis Attorneys, Brad's Barbershop, 11 West, Dr. Bart Eastwood of Sideline Orthopedics, Dr. Kayla Mullins from Fairlawn Family Dentist, Sweet and Savory Donuts and Bagels, Ameriprise Financial, Radford Drug on West Main, and Brickhouse Pizza. Because of these Bobcat supporters, we are able to bring you all the action when life doesn't allow you to be here in person. Thanks, everyone, and go Bobcats!
Hey, this is Eli Mullins with Mullins Funeral Home in Radford, located right across from Sonic on Main Street, where we've been doing business for almost 100 years. We're thankful for the continued support of the people of Radford throughout all these years, and Bobcat Sports Live for allowing us to be there with the Bobcats when our schedules don't allow us to be there in person. Good luck and go Bobcats.
Step foot inside Brad's Barber in Radford and you'll be transported back to a time when men were men and getting a straight razor shave and a haircut was something that mattered. With no appointment needed, Brad's welcomes you with walk-ins only. Brad's Barber would like to introduce their new stylist, Elysia Blankenship, to the team. Reach out to Brad's at 838-2109. That's 540-838-2109. Brad's Barber is a proud supporter of Radford High School athletics. Go Bobcats!
For the past 86 years, Radford residents have had a pharmacy that they can rely on, not just.
And we are back. If you're just tuning in, a travel is called on the Bobcat, so we'll be Appomattox basketball. Now, I was told that the NFHS network may be stuck at 6:28 to go in the second period. Now, we are live on Bobcat Sports Live Network, so what you should do is share our link and tell everyone to come listen to the game right here, because if they're trying to pay money to be on the NFHS network and it's not working right now. We're trying to get it fixed. Mr. Wade's working on it. And Mrs. Grant's working on it. They're working hard, but sometimes things happen, and that's just the way it goes. But we are back as the Bobcats lead 24-12 over Appomattox. Bodies flying everywhere, and Appomattox coming back in transition. Bobcats, Landon Clark gets a steal, going to attack the basket by himself. Finger roll is good, and the Bobcats lead 26-12 as Landon Clark gets his first buckets of the second half. Bobcats has a 5-second. It's called. Landon Clark with the defense on Davis. Davis probably the best athlete on the floor for Appomattox. As Appomattox trying to tell the official the rules, but we know the rules around here. 7 minutes to go in the third period. Bobcats, Landon Clark on the left side of the floor. Gives it up to Elijah Kelly. Elijah Kelly jump shot, no good, a little long. A couple of shots have been long tonight. Bobcats maybe not in a rhythm, maybe looking forward to this matchup maybe as Davis answers, silences the crowd for the Bobcats. He has 7 points. Clark answers from three. Landon Clark went on a cold spell in the second. Fired back up here in the third. 5 points in the third and 16 points on the contest. Davis and Clark guarding each other. 6:20 to go, but Landon Clark has gotten the better of Davis tonight with another steal. Landon Clark gives it up to Knipe in the post. Knipe goes up strong and is fouled by Wheeler.
Max Knipe steps up for the free throw. It is up and no good. Number 10, Isaiah Austin checks in to the game for Elijah Kelly. Number 34, Max Knipe for the free throw. And it's good. The Raiders going in down the court with the ball. Number 0. Clark is guarding him. Tries to get to the middle. Bucket's up and no good. Rebound is strong by number 20. And number 20 finishes and scores. Gavin Corman's getting pressured full court by number 0 on the Raiders. Manages to break by him, goes up. Passes Nate Wesley. Wesley to Clark. Clark back to Wesley. Gavin Corman for the 3. No good. Rebound strong by Isaiah Austin. Back up out top. Setting up the offense. To Wesley. Up in the paint. Foul is called on number 15 on the Raiders. Nate Wesley steps up for 2 shots at the foul shot line. Number 3, Devontae on the Raiders is in for number 9. Nate Wesley foul shot it up and good. Brandon Thompson checks in for Nate Wesley.
Brandon Thompson.
15 will inbound the ball to number 0.
Davis brings the ball down the floor for the Blue Raiders out of Appomattox. Davis shot is good, and that is a good look for the Raiders. They got Dakota Wheeler setting the screen for Davis. He comes off the right and makes a shot. So on 2 possessions in a row, they get the ball down low to Wheeler, and they take Davis off the give and pop. I think they need to get that a little bit more involved on the offensive end, as a foul will be called on the Bobcats. So that's their second team foul, 2 fouls apiece. But offensively, the Raiders need some life, and I think they found it. A little screen, little pick and roll action, about 20, Wheeler. And they're coming back to it. Wheeler setting the screen. Davis doesn't use it. Sets it again, attacks the basket. Good shot up and no good as a foul is finally called on the Bobcats. That's a good call right there. But Corian, this is what the Raiders need right now. They're doing pretty good off this little pick and roll action with Wheeler and Davis.
Yeah. Wheeler up to the line. A little nice little pick and roll that they got going on. Hopefully the Bobcats can step overhead and get it stopped. Because we don't want number 0 to start heating up off that little pick and roll.
Yeah, you know, it kind of reminds me of old Chris Paul and Jordan back in the day, or like Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Chris Paul back on the Clippers back in the day. Might be a little too old school for you. It's not that old school, but they used to do that all the time. Chris Paul run the point, set the screen, a little give and go action. Loved it as a foul is called on number 3, DeMonte Fleshman. But the Raiders showing a little bit of life here. 19-32 your score. It was 17-2 at the end of the first, 24-12, and now the Raiders only down 32-19. So a lot of game left, and you could argue the Bobcats could almost score whenever they want, but they're not. And that's the difference because the Raiders starting to pick it up here. I have faith in the Bobcats' defense and offense, but if you're the Raiders, you have to like the way the second and the third period are going, especially compared to the first. Prelo attacking the basket in between trees, loses the dribble, but gets it back. Cormany, mid-range jumper is no good, and it's rebounded by Fleshman for the Raiders. Davis bringing the ball down the floor for the Raiders. Prelo guarding him, screens set by Peterson. Davis attacking the basket, no good. They wanted a foul on Mitchell, but Mitchell rips down the board, and here come the Bobcats. Gavin Cormany attacking the paint. Shot is up and good. That's where the Bobcats are elite, in my opinion, Corian. In transition, attacking the basket or picking up those threes as a
Shot is good. It's a timeout, though. It's a timeout.
Oh, okay, timeout. I wondered what was going on there. Okay, the coach does, in fact, want a timeout, and he's going to take a full timeout. And since he does want a full timeout, we will take one as well. Michael Davis, Corian Ferguson, courtside, Radford Gymnasium, Bobcat Sports Live.
Hello, Bobcat
For the past
fans. This is
86
Timothy
years,
Worrells,
Radford
one of the
residents
voices
have
of
had
the
a
Bobcat
pharmacy that
Sports.
they can rely on, not just for medication needs, but even for items around the house, medical supplies, and friendly advice. Business of the Year award winners Radford Drug on West Main Street has been that cornerstone for your community. So whether it is a question about your medication, hardware you need around the house, or even a Mother's Day card, come see the folks at Radford Drug, who are proud supporters of Radford High Athletics. For more information, call
I've been known to throw down at some weddings in my day. I'm a little bit older now, so I'm a little stiffer, but back in the day, your boy was known to throw down at some weddings.
Yeah, I like.
And in fact, I was at a wedding New Year's Eve, and that was fun. 3:38 to go in the third period. Raiders with the basketball off the timeout. Nathan Wesley guarding Brandon Adams for the Raiders. A little pick and roll action again. Good defense by Thompson for the Bobcats as Landon Clark gets a steal. In transition comes the Bobcat. Landon Clark from 3 is good. Landon Clark with his fifth three-pointer of the contest. He has 17 points, and the Bobcats steamrolling here 37-19. Prelo got bumped in the face a little bit, but Brandon Thompson's attacking for the Raiders, poked away by Clark, and it will be out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be Bobcat basketball. Now, I'm no expert in officiating basketball. I'm not even a basketball expert, but it's poked away. Probably Raiders basketball, right?
Yeah, probably. More than
Maybe.
likely it should have been.
Maybe. We're biased, though, here at Bobcat Sports Live. But might should have been, and that one call's not going to change the contest, but the fourth team foul in the half for the Raiders, Nathan Wesley with the basketball. Number 11, by the way, Devin Rudd coming to the scorer's table to check in. But Landon Clark answers. He's feeling it right now. 6 3-pointer of the contest. Pumps his chest out a little bit as Mitchell dives on the floor, and a travel is called. What they're saying is he had it and then rolled over. I thought he got rid of it when he rolled, but they're saying he had it and then rolled over, which would be a travel.
Yeah.
But we can argue.
Great
whether it
hustle
happened.
by Justin Mitchell, though.
Fantastic hustle, and that's actually what you want from Joseph Mitchell, especially he's not going to light the scoreboard up, can score 6, 7, 8 points a game, but that's what you want out of your post player, hustle. And the Bobcats don't really have a true 5. They got a lot of stretch 5s and guys who will hustle hard as a travel is called. Raiders wanted a jump ball 2 minutes ago in the third period as Elijah Kelly checks in, as well as Devin Rudd. Officials looking for a towel as the ball knocked into the water, the Gatorade cooler, and it might be a little wet as Woff going to make his first appearance tonight. Woff just come out of a sling, by the way. We talked about this in the last broadcast. As
Yeah, he said that he fell on this piece of snow on the outside.
yeah, might have almost had to have surgery. Yeah.
He's back now, better than ever.
Best trainer in all of the state of Virginia by far. Nathan Wesley with the basketball in front of the Bobcat bench. Gets down low to Elijah Kelly. Pump fake jumper, no good. But he gets his own rebound. Kick out to Clark. Clark, pump fake, dribble drives, gives it off to Mitchell. Mitchell, excuse me, finds Kelly in the corner.
yeah.
Kelly, big time move by Kelly right there. You know, most high school gyms, they'd probably call that a travel. It's not. You get 2 steps, and you actually get 2 steps on the pickup. I don't think a lot of people know this. You get it on the pickup, so once you pick the ball up, you get 2. So a lot of guys will dribble and run a little bit, but you really only get it when you grasp 1, 2. So you can really get away with 3 or 4 steps the way the rule is written. You see that in the NBA more so now.
Yeah. Sometimes it just depends who's reffing y'all's game.
Absolutely. And by the way, that I think it's James Harden step back where he takes like 17 pivots to the left. That's a travel. But, hey, what are you going to do? They're not going to call it in the NBA, but they will call it in high school basketball. It's number 5, Zach Bosa. It's his first field goal of the contest. Bobcats doubling up the Raiders here, 42-21. Clark taking another 3, wide open, why not? No good. As Cormany rebounds here as Davis tried to save it, but it will be Bobcat basketball.
Some of the best shooters always shoot better when they're contested. So
Yeah, I know Steph Curry talks about sometimes it's almost like it's more natural to shoot it with somebody in your face at that point. And a lot of times you'll see guys almost hesitate when they're wide open because they're not used to it. As Landon Clark was maybe just a little too wide open there. Cormany, mid-range jumper at the high post is good. Cormany with 14 points on the contest. So Landon Clark and Gavin Cormany combined for 32, I believe, of the Bobcats' 44. I could be wrong. I might be more than that. Elijah Kelly rips down the board, 30 seconds to go in the period. Going to attack the basket, gives it up to Mitchell. Mitchell out to Cormany. Cormany to Clark. Clark from 3, no good. 21 seconds to go in the period. Nice hustle by Mitchell as he stepped on the out-of-bounds line. and it will be Raiders basketball.
I don't know how to feel about that call. It looked good to me from here.
Yeah, he definitely was in the air before he touched it. I thought he was in bounds as well. He must have had a pinky toe on the line, I guess. Because as an official, when someone's doing that, you are taught to look down and see where his feet are, because if his feet are on the line, it's moot once he touches it. And that's the way he called it is exactly the way it went. But the Raiders don't get a shot off at the end of the third. So Bobcats and the Raiders tried to fight back there, but with your score 44-21, the Bobcats rolling here in the third. We're going to take a quick commercial break and hear from Ameriprise Financial.
When it comes to financial planning, one size fits all isn't a fit at all.
Talk with Ameriprise Financial Advisors Mark Tapp and Keith Weltons about the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach.
It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach towards financial balance, so you can feel confident about the future as well as your wants and needs of today.
The Confident Retirement Approach and a one-on-one relationship with an advisor like Mark or Keith will help you live life and save for tomorrow in a way that's right for you.
It's what financial balance is all about. So call Keith
or Mark
today at 540-639-5153.
Our office is located at 202 3rd Avenue in Radford, Virginia.
The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee.
Repeat that for me. What did you say?
I said, let's see Radford Bobcats lock up on this defensive possession right here and get stopped.
Davis from three. Looked like it might have been tipped by Clark. So the Bobcats in transition. Gavin Cormany attacking the rack, and it's good. You know, Corian, that's the one thing the Bobcats could do every time they rip down a board. Isaiah Austin with a big-time block sent the ball straight back. They called a foul. Looked like all ball to me, Corian. What do you think?
Looked like all ball to me, too.
May have got him with his body, but I don't even think that.
Sometimes the refs just see it different than what we do.
You know, actually, I agree with you. In basketball, it seems like more plays are anticipated than some things that happen, because you'll watch a game where a guy goes up for a layup and it looks like a guy is going to hit him and should hit him, and he just doesn't. But it's called because they're anticipating the contact. And that might have been there. He anticipated the contact, and he might have got him. May have. But from where we're sitting, looked pretty good. 46-22 as a block is called on the other. No, excuse me, a foul is called on the other end. So, Corian, I think that's two in a row. But we're officials. We're pro officials here on Bobcat Sports Live, though. Of course.
Yeah. Clark steps up to the free throw line. It's up and it's good. One more by Clark. His shots is up and it's good. Final shot. One more shot by Clark. It's up and it's good. All three free throws is good by Landon Clark.
Yeah, Bobcats 7 for 8 on the free throw line tonight. They struggled early in the season from the free throw line. They've gotten it back the last few games, so I know Coach Cormany gets irate when the Bobcats do not shoot well from the free throw line. It's the little things. Defense and free throws. Got to be perfect. As Landon Clark in transition puts up a three, and it's good. Landon Clark.
He's lighting it up right now.
He might even have 15,000 points tonight. He has over 1/3. Actually, he might have half of the boys' points tonight. I'll have to tie that up in a second. Davis gets it poked away by Clark. Clark putting on a show offensively and defensively, attacks. Good follow-up by Gavin Cormany as the Raiders take a timeout, as we will as well. And here from Brad's Barbershop. Speaking of Brad's Barbershop, go downtown and get you a fresh cut. Brad's Barbershop. My man cuts my hair every Tuesday.
Step foot inside Brad's Barber in Radford and you'll be transported back to a time when men were men and getting a straight razor shave and a haircut was something that mattered. With no appointment needed, Brad's welcomes you with walk-ins only. Brad's Barber would like to introduce their new stylist, Elysia Blankenship, to the team. Reach out to Brad's at 838-2109. That's 540-838-2109. Brad's Barber is a proud supporter of Radford High School athletics. Go Bobcats!
And we're back after the timeout. Raiders knocked down a three-pointer. Brandon Adams with his second three-pointer. By the way, I did some tallying for the Bobcats. So Bobcats have 54 points. Landon Clark has 31 of them, and Gavin Cormany has 18.
And now Isaiah Austin has 2 of them.
Isaiah Austin gets a field goal to go. But that's crazy. So that is 49 points scored by 2 players, Gavin Cormany. And you know what's crazy? Elijah Kelly not even in the scores column tonight. That's not true, right?
Ain't no way.
He didn't make a field goal tonight?
Nah, he did. Because remember he got that dunk and we
That's right.
both went crazy.
Okay, I missed that one.
And then he got that little nice baseline move down there for the layup.
Maybe I put some of his on Gavin's.
Most likely.
Maybe, because these are all unofficial, of course. Bobcat Sports Live, unofficial points all the way around. But it sounds better when Landon Clark and Gavin Cormany have 49 points total. That's insane, if that's true. Might not be true.
It has to be somewhat close, though.
It's close to. Got to be. I know Landon Clark has 31. I know that. That one I believe is correct.
Isaiah Austin dribbling through all the defenders.
Prelo might have got away with a double dribble there. Not really sure. Number 12 for the Bobcats who just checked in. Jeremiah Eves coming off the bench. Gets his first three-pointer to go in the contest. So on the floor for your Bobcats, Jeremiah Eves, Isaiah Austin, Brandon Thompson. No, excuse me. Atticus Henderson. Number 22, Thomas Grant. Prelo.
In the game for the Bobcats, number 30, Brandon Thompson.
Brandon Thompson now checking in. See, I was foreshadowing.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, foreshadowing. Grant will throw the ball in for the Bobcats here. Bobcats again up 59-27 over the Blue Raiders.
Raiders doing a little bit of full court pressure right there.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, we work on offense as much as defense in practice, so I think they should be able to handle the pressure that they give them.
Absolutely. 4:30 to go in the contest. Bobcats going to attempt to take as much time off the clock, and that's what they need to do. As number 12, Gabe White checks in the game for the Raiders, as well as number 4, Alex Carusa, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Again, if you're just tuning in, Michael Davis alongside Corian Ferguson tonight, brother of Isaiah Austin. 59-27 to go is the score. 4 minutes in the contest. Bobcats leading big. We appreciate you coming in from the NFHS network. Number 12, Jeremiah Eves dribbling the basketball, gives up to Prelo. Bobcats going to take as much time off this clock as possible. What you don't want to do as Prelo attacks the basket, heard the slap from here, and he'll go to the line.
I think he got him in the face just a little bit, too.
Yeah, it was a good hard foul. Nothing crazy, but it is a hard one. But that's what you do when you got the flash heading towards the lane. I mean, fastest guy on the floor, there's going to be some contact.
He got some real speed on him, too. He's really fast.
Absolutely. In my opinion, the fastest guy out here. And he's able to defend you in such a different way because he'll let you go by because he's going to catch up to you and poke the ball away. And it's good to see him on the floor. His brother at Virginia Tech right now playing football and his father on the coaching staff. Good family. Younger brother plays baseball. They're all pretty much athletes. So Bobcats, 16th out here. 3.5 to go in the contest. Raiders will inbound the basketball. They get it into Davis. Davis shot from 3, no good. Rebounded by Thomas Grant.
Number 0, Davis, puts a lot of pressure on the ball handlers up at the front.
Yeah, he does. I mean, best athlete on the floor for the Raiders for sure. And he plays good, tenacious defense. He attacks the rim well. If he could just develop a nice jump shot, he would be a prolific scorer. As number 30 for the Bobcats, Brandon Thompson, good take, takes the contact, gets it to go.
Steps up for the free throw. Let's see if he can knock it down. Shot is up by Brandon Thompson, no good.
That was Thompson's first field goal of the contest with 3 minutes to go in the game. Grant guarding at the top of the key, gets down low, number 4, Alex Caruso. That's his first field goal as he has 2 points. Bobcats turn it over, almost hit the cheerleader. She wasn't paying attention to the game. Isaiah Austin checking in the game for the Bobcats. He's played good, valuable minutes for the Bobcats. Good defensive minutes. Rebounded very well tonight and has 2 points for the Bobcats. In the corner, shot is up. No, oh, it is good.
The lucky roll.
Shooter's touch. Number 2, Jacob Moorer with his first field goal of the contest, 61-32. When that hit the rim, I thought it was just going to roll off, but it had a weird spin to it and it came back and ended up going in. In fact, I watched a video on how big the rim is, and it was talking about how 2 basketballs can actually fit in the rim at once, and it looks small, but when you're looking right at it, it's actually a pretty big rim. So I couldn't shoot if I tried though.
I'm sure you'll get close.
Maybe nice. I got a nice 12-footer, just a nice mid-range on the block, mid-range jumper. That's it. Can't dribble with my left hand. Maybe you can teach me a few things as the years go on. Appreciate it. As Bobcats leading 61-32. Again, if you didn't hear, nice move. Explain to the people at home listening on Bobcat Sports Live what Isaiah Austin did right there.
Isaiah Austin just did a nice rip through and ran right by the defender and finished at the rim. A solid 2 points.
Yeah, it was a good move. You know, you see that a lot as guys will attack, get their man off and go by, and then miss the layup. That was good for him to finish at the rim and above the rim. So Isaiah Austin has 4 points on the contest as Davis will go to the line for the Raiders as he knocks it down. Checking in, number 15, Brandon Adams for the Raiders. Bobcats up 30. Whew. That sounds different when you say it. I didn't realize it was, but it is 63-33. I think that's 30. Isaiah Austin dribbling for the Bobcats. Gives it up to Thompson. Thompson attacking the rim. Ooh. Shot is up and good.
Big fella Brandon Thompson getting busy down at the rim.
Yeah, light on his feet there for a big athlete as the Raiders answer.
That was a nice putback right there.
Yeah, good to get that rebound, put it back. Didn't want to mess around, didn't want to dish it back out. Just go get your buckets. Adams, 8 points on the contest. Number 12 for the Bobcats, Jeremiah Ease, looked to attack the basket, just couldn't get the shot to go. So Bobcats, this is the part of the game I enjoy, Corian, as some guys who don't get a ton of minutes, as Davis looks like he injured his ankle there, as they stopped the game for him. But this is a good time for players who may not see long stretches of minutes get in the game, get some practice because, Bobcats bench is deep, but you never know when someone may go down in basketball, and it's next man up. So this is good, valuable minutes for the Bobcats right now, up 30 on the Raiders.
Yeah, I like this too. Gives everybody a chance to get out there and show everybody what they could do, even though they only play a couple of minutes or even a couple of seconds.
Well, a basketball, most sports are, but basketball is one where you're always trying to earn your minutes. Anybody can be put in the rotation at any time, so you're always grinding and earning minutes on the floor because only 5 guys can be out there at once. And the Bobcats going to come away with the first round victory of the playoffs. They will travel. They got this contest 65-35 as they will travel next week. We're actually going to see that, check the calendar out right now. As the girls play at Radford High School, it looks like that contest has not been decided of who they're going to play. The girls will find out. We'll find out and post that. I believe they did know where the boys were going to travel to, but it looks like we don't have it on the calendar. So, girls game on Monday night at home against to be determined. Reminder, by the way, the boys will travel, play Nelson County on Tuesday. You have to wear your mask. So if you go to that contest, take your mask. Nelson County is mask mandatory. The only people that don't have to are the ones playing. So you will have to wear your mask at Nelson County. Radford girls play on Monday night. Games at 6:30. So come out, support your Lady Cats, then travel to Nelson County. I believe it's far, Corian.
Yeah,
but
it probably is really far.
Boys, Bobcats get the victory tonight. Corian, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thoughts on your first contest here on courtside?
I actually had really fun. It was the first time to try out something new. I really enjoyed it, and thank you for having me.
Oh, man, anytime. Anytime you want to come out and join me, you are more than welcome, as I had a blast. And, having new people on the broadcast is fun. It's a little bit different perspective. So it's nice to have somebody in the program right now talk about, the program as a whole and what Coach Cormier likes to do and what Coach Little likes to do. And it's a good perspective. So I like that. So thank you for tuning in. Again, this is Michael Davis alongside tonight, Corian Ferguson. Your girls play Monday night at 6:30. Your boys travel to Nelson County on Tuesday. This is Michael Davis, Corian Ferguson with Bobcat Sports Live. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless.